Most people will never see the inside of a maximum security prison. It is a place hidden from everyday life, a place surrounded by high walls, strict rules, and constant control. From the outside, it may look quiet, just buildings, fences, and watchtowers. But inside, it is a completely different world. A maximum security prison is designed for one main purpose: to hold inmates who are considered high risk. These are individuals who cannot be safely managed in lower security prisons. Because of this, everything inside a maximum security prison is built around control. The first thing you notice is the walls. They are tall, strong, and built to keep everything contained inside. On top of those walls, you will often see barbed wire, sharp, layered, and impossible to cross without serious risk. Around the prison, there are watchtowers. Guards stand inside these towers, watching everything, every movement, every corner. Cameras are placed all over the facility. There are very few blind spots. Almost everything is recorded. Security does not stop at the outside. Once you go inside, the control becomes even stronger. Doors are heavy and made of metal. They do not open freely. Most of them are controlled electronically. Each time a door opens, it is done with purpose. Carefully, slowly, and under supervision. Movement inside the prison is never random. Inmates do not walk around freely. They are told when to move, where to go, and how to behave. Guards are always present, not just watching, but guiding every step. There are strict schedules, set times for everything: meals, movement, activities, even silence. Inside this environment, routine becomes everything. But maximum security is not just about walls and guards. It is also about separation. In many cases, inmates are kept apart to reduce risk. Large groups are limited. Interaction is controlled. This helps prevent conflicts. It also makes it easier to manage the environment. For someone entering this kind of prison for the first time, the experience can feel overwhelming. The sounds are different: doors locking, footsteps echoing, metal against metal. The atmosphere feels heavy, serious, controlled. There is a constant reminder that this is not a normal place. Even the design of the buildings plays a role. Hallways are long and narrow. Rooms are simple. Everything is built for function, not comfort. Nothing is there by accident. Every detail has a purpose. Maximum security prisons exist because they are needed. In the past, some inmates created serious problems in regular prisons. There were situations that became difficult to control. Because of this, authorities developed higher security systems, stronger buildings, stricter rules, better monitoring. This is how maximum security prisons became what they are today. They are not designed to be comfortable. They are designed to be controlled. And inside these walls, control is everything. But what does that control actually look like in daily life? What is it like to wake up inside a place like this? To live day after day under strict rules and constant supervision? A day inside. Life inside a maximum security prison follows a strict routine. Every day is carefully planned. There is very little freedom to choose what to do. Everything happens at a set time. The day usually begins early. Lights may turn on at a fixed hour. Some inmates are already awake. Others slowly get up, knowing the routine will be the same as the day before. There are no alarms like in the outside world. No rush to work or school. But there is still structure. And that structure controls the entire day. Breakfast is one of the first events. Meals are served at specific times. In some areas, inmates may eat in controlled dining space. In others, food is brought directly to the cell. The meals are simple. Basic food meant to provide enough energy for the day. Nothing special. Nothing extra. After breakfast, movement begins. But movement inside a maximum security prison is very different. Inmates do not walk freely. They move only when allowed, and always under supervision. Groups are usually small. Sometimes, inmates are moved one at a time. This helps maintain control and reduce risk. Guards give clear instructions: where to go, when to stop, when to continue. Every step is watched. Every action is monitored. Some inmates may have assigned activities. This could include cleaning tasks or limited work inside the facility. Others may remain in their cells for most of the day. Time passes slowly. Without many options, even small activities become important. Reading is one of the most common ways to pass time. Books provide a way to focus the mind, to think, to escape, even if only mentally. Writing is another activity. Some inmates write letters. Others write thoughts or keep personal notes. But communication is limited. Letters are checked. Phone calls, if allowed, are monitored. Everything follows strict rules. Throughout the day, there are scheduled counts. This means guards check and confirm the presence of every inmate. These counts happen multiple times. And during this time, everything stops. Movement pauses. Silence increases. It is a reminder of the level of control inside the prison. At some point during the day, inmates may be allowed time outside their cells. This is often called yard time. But in maximum security prisons, it is very different from what many people imagine. The outdoor space is usually enclosed. High walls, limited view, no contact with others. In many cases, inmates are alone during this time. They may walk, stretch, or simply stand and look at the sky. Even this short time can feel important, because it breaks the routine, even for a moment. After this period, inmates return to their cells, and the routine continues. Lunch and dinner follow the same pattern as breakfast, served at set times, with no variation. As the day moves forward, the environment remains controlled, quiet, predictable. There are no unexpected events, no sudden changes. Everything is planned. Evening comes without much difference from the rest of the day. Some inmates may watch limited television, depending on the facility. Others continue reading or sitting in silence. As night approaches, lights are turned off at a set time. The day ends the same way it began, inside the same walls, under the same rules. For many inmates, this routine repeats every day. Days turn into weeks. Weeks turn into months. Months turn into years. The structure does not change. The environment stays the same. And over time, the routine becomes a reality. But living like this is not just about routine. It also affects how a person thinks and feels. What happens to the human mind in such a controlled and limited environment? The mental experience. Life inside a maximum security prison is not only about walls and rules. It is also about the mind. When a person lives in a controlled environment for a long time, the experience can begin to change how they think and feel. One of the biggest challenges is isolation. In many maximum security settings, contact with others is limited. Inmates may spend long hours alone, sometimes most of the day. There are fewer conversations, fewer interactions, fewer chances to connect with another person. At first, this may feel quiet, even calm. But over time, the silence can feel different. Without regular human interaction, the mind begins to focus inward. Thoughts become louder. Memories feel stronger. Small things begin to stand out. Sounds, light, time passing. Days can start to feel longer because there are fewer events to mark time. In the outside world, time is often measured by activities, work, conversations, movement. But inside a maximum security prison, those markers are limited. This can make time feel slow, almost like it is stretching. Another challenge is routine. Doing the same thing every day can affect how a person feels. At first, routine may bring structure. It may feel predictable, but over time, it can feel repetitive. The same walls, the same schedule, the same environment. Without change, the mind may begin to feel stuck. Some people adjust to this environment. They find ways to manage their thoughts, to stay focused. Reading can help. Writing can help. Creating a personal routine inside the larger system can make a difference. But not everyone experiences it the same way. For some, the lack of control over daily life can be difficult. In the outside world, people make choices all the time. What to eat, where to go, what to do. Inside a maximum security prison, those choices are very limited. This can create a feeling of loss of control. Even small decisions are made by the system. Another important factor is awareness. Inmates are constantly aware of their environment, the rules, the structure, the presence of guards. This awareness does not go away. It becomes part of daily life. Over time, some people become used to it. Others continue to feel the pressure. It is important to understand that every person reacts differently. Some remain calm and focused. Others may struggle with the environment. This is one reason why maximum security prisons are often discussed when talking about mental health. Experts sometimes study how long-term isolation and strict control affect the human mind. There are different opinions. Some believe these conditions are necessary for safety. Others believe they can be difficult for individuals over long periods. The discussion continues. But one thing is clear. The mental experience inside a maximum security prison is very different from life on the outside. It is shaped by silence, routine, control, and limited interaction. And over time, these factors can change how a person experiences the world. But mental experience is only one part of the story, because behind all of this structure, there's a system working every day to maintain control. How does that system work? How do guards manage such a strict environment? Control and security systems. Inside a maximum security prison, control is everything. Every part of the system is designed to keep order, to reduce risk, and to make sure that the environment stays stable at all times. This level of control does not happen by chance. It is built into every detail. From the moment someone enters a facility, they become part of a highly structured system. One of the most important parts of this system is movement control. Inmates do not move freely. They go from one place to another only when instructed. Each movement is planned in advance. Guards decide when a door opens, when it closes, and who moves through it. Sometimes, only one inmate is allowed to move at a time. This reduces contact and lowers the chance of problems. To support this, many prisons use secure corridors and controlled door systems. Doors are often operated electronically. This means they can be locked or unlocked from a central control room. In that control room, staff monitor screens showing different areas of the prison. Cameras are placed throughout the facility, in hallways, near entrances, around outdoor spaces. These cameras run all the time, recording, watching, tracking movement. Very little happens without being seen. Another key part of the system is regular counts. At set time during the day, guards check every inmate. They confirm that each person is in the correct place. During these counts, movement usually stops. Everything becomes still. This process is repeated multiple times a day. It helps maintain awareness of where everyone is at all times. Communication is also controlled. Inmates cannot freely pass messages. Letters are checked before they are sent or received. Phone calls, if allowed, are monitored. This helps prevent the sharing of restricted information. Even visits follow strict rules. Visitors are screened before entering. Conversations are observed. Physical contact is often not allowed. Everything is done to maintain safety. Another important part of the system is staff training. Guards in maximum security prisons are trained to handle complex situations. They learn how to observe behavior, how to respond to tension, and how to act quickly if needed. Their role is not just to watch. It is to maintain order at all times. They follow clear procedures, step by step, without taking unnecessary risks. There are also emergency systems in place. If something unexpected happens, alarms can be triggered, doors can be locked instantly, additional staff can respond. These systems are tested and practiced regularly, so that if needed, they can be used without delay. The design of the prison itself also supports control. Hallways are arranged in ways that limit blind spots. Rooms are built to reduce hidden areas. Materials are chosen for strength and durability. Everything has a purpose. Even small details are important. For example, furniture may be fixed in place. Windows may be narrow. Spaces may be limited. All of this reduces the chance of misuse. Together, these systems create an environment where control is constant, not aggressive, not chaotic, but steady, predictable, and firm. For inmates, this means living in a space where every action is guided, every movement is observed, and every day follows a structured pattern. For staff, it means staying alert, following procedures, and working as part of a larger system. This balance between structure and observation is what allows maximum security prisons to function. It is what keeps the environment stable. But behind all this control, there is still a question. What is the purpose of all of this in the long term? Is it only about control, or is there also a path forward? Purpose, debate, and reality. Maximum security prisons are built for control. That much is clear. But there's a deeper question behind all of this. Why do these prisons exist in this way? And what is their purpose in the long term? The main goal is safety. These facilities are designed to manage individuals who are considered high risk, people who cannot be safely held in lower security environments. By creating a controlled space, the system reduces a chance of conflict. It protects staff, it protects other inmates, and it maintains order. From this point of view, maximum security prisons serve an important role. They provide a solution to a difficult problem. But not everyone sees it the same way. Over time, there has been ongoing debate about these environments. Some people believe the level of control is necessary. They argue that without strict systems, it would be much harder to manage high-risk situations. They point to the structure, the organization, and the stability that these prisons create. Others have a different view. They focus on the human experience. They ask questions about long-term isolation, about routine, about limited interaction. They wonder how these conditions affect individuals over time. Some experts study this topic. They look at how people respond to highly controlled environments. There are different opinions, different conclusions. This is why the discussion continues. But beyond the debate, there's also the reality of daily life inside these prisons. For inmates, the experience is not theoretical. It is something they live every day. The routine, the structure, the environment, all of it becomes part of their normal life. For some, adapting to this system becomes necessary. They follow the rules. They adjust to the routine. They find ways to manage their time. For others, the experience can feel more difficult. The lack of freedom, the limited choices, the repetitive nature of daily life. These factors can shape how a person feels over time. But within the system, there are also paths forward. In some cases, inmates may have the opportunity to move to a less restrictive environment. This usually depends on behavior over a long period. Following rules, maintaining stability, showing consistency. It is not a quick process, and it does not happen for everyone, but it exists as part of the system. This shows that maximum security is not always permanent. It can be part of a larger process within the prison system. Still, for many individuals, these facilities represent a long-term reality, a place defined by control, routine, and limited interaction. And for the outside world, these prisons remain difficult to fully understand. They are often seen as distant, hidden behind walls and systems that most people never experience. But when we look closer, we begin to see more than just security. We see a system built to manage risk, a structure designed to maintain order, and a reality shaped by both control and human experience. In the end, maximum security prisons are not just about confinement. They are about balance, between safety and restriction, between structure and daily life. And understanding that balance helps us see the full picture. Because behind the walls, beyond the systems, there is a world that operates in a very different way from anything most people know.